A very warm and delightful welcome to my channel. My name is Muhammad Salim and you're watching Pursuit of Motivation. Today in this video we are going to learn the second lesson of NCERT book Honeysuckle of class 6th. The name of the lesson is How the Dog Found Himself a New Master. I hope you all are enthusiastic to learn this new lesson. So let's get started. Dogs and wolves belong to the same family. Rather, dogs have evolved from wolves. Another fact is that over the centuries, wild animals have been mastered and tamed by man. This story informs us how a dog changed to a tamed animal. Dogs were once their own masters and lived the way wolves do, in freedom, until a dog was born who was ill-pleased with this way of life. He was sick and tired of wandering about by himself, looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than he. Ill-pleased. It means old-fashioned way of saying not happy. Freedom. It means liberty or being without any constraints. Wandering means to move here and there aimlessly. Frightened means afraid of. Dogs and wolves are closely related family, and there were times when dogs were their own masters and used to wander and live freely just like wolves, without any restrictions or constraints. Once such a dog was born who was sick of finding food for himself and was unable to move freely in search of food. He would feel tired and was scared of healthier and stronger beings. He thought it over and decided that the best thing for him to do was to become the servant of one who was stronger than anyone on earth. And he set out to find such a master. Servant, it means attendant or helper or one who works for others. Master, it means owner or ruler or sovereign. After thinking repeatedly, he decided to work as a helper to someone who was the strongest or the most powerful on this earth. So he started searching for the strongest one. He walked and he walked, and he met a kinsman of his, a big wolf, who was as strong as he was fierce. "Where are you going, dog?" the wolf asked. "I am looking for someone to take up service with. Would you like to be my master, wolf?" "I don't see why not," the wolf said. And this agreed upon, the two of them went on together. Kinsman. It is an old-fashioned word for a relative. Fierce. It means violent or frightening. Take up service with. It means to become the servant of. After a long walk and search, he met one of his relatives. The relative was a wolf who was not only strong but also had a frightening look. He asked the dog where he was going. The dog replied, and he was looking for a master, and if the wolf would like to be the one. The wolf agreed, and the two went on together. They walked and they walked, and all of a sudden the wolf lifted his nose, sniffed, darted quickly up the path and into the bushes and crept deeper into the forest. The dog was much surprised. "What comes over you, master?" he asked. "What has frightened you so?" "Can't you see? There's a bear out there, and he might eat both of us, you and me." Darted, it means moved quickly. Suddenly come over you, it means affected you. Sniffed, it means to draw up air audibly through the nose to detect something. After walking a long distance, suddenly the wolf sniffed, moved quickly and went deeper into the forest. He was detecting something and was trying to hide. The dog was unable to understand this behavior, so he asked his master what was affecting him. Then the wolf told him that there was a bear who might eat them. Seeing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog decided to take up service with him. And he left the wolf and asked the bear to be his master. The bear agreed to this readily and said, "Let us go and find a herd of cows. I'll kill a cow and then we can both eat our fill." On realizing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog changed his mind. He left the wolf and turned to the bear. He asked him to be his master. The bear agreed to it easily. He suggested him to search for a herd of cows so that he could kill a cow to fill their stomachs. They walked on and soon saw a herd of cows. But just as they were about to come up to it, they were stopped by a terrible noise. The cows were moving loudly and running in panic in all directions. Herd of cows. It means a group of cows. Moving. It means a sound made by cows. Terrible. It means horrible. In a panic. It means a strong feeling of fear. After walking some distance, they noticed a group of cows. But as they tried to approach them, they were stopped by a horrible noise made by the cows. They were moving aloud and were running here and there because of fear. The bear looked out from behind the tree, and then he too ran hastily deeper into the forest. "Now, why did I have to come here?" he said to the dog. "It is the lion who rules the forest in these parts." "The lion? Who is he?" "Don't you know? He is the strongest beast on earth." "Well, then I'll say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth." Hastily. It means hurriedly. Beast. It means animal. Behind. It means at the back side of something. The bear looked from behind a tree and started running quickly into the dense forest. He told the dog that this part of the forest was ruled by the lion. He was the strongest and the most powerful animal on this earth. The dog was surprised to hear this, and he immediately left the bear. And off the dog went to ask the lion to be his master. The lion agreed to it, and the dog stayed with him and served him for a long, long time. It was a good life, and he had nothing to complain of, for there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion, and no one dared to touch the dog or offend him in any way. Dared. It means to be brave enough to do something. Offend. It means to upset or annoy someone. Now the dog turned to the lion and requested him to be his master. The lion accepted, and the dog started staying with him and served him for a longer duration. He felt good and enjoyed his life. He had nothing to fear and complain of. Now he was with the strongest master. Here no one was brave enough to upset him. But one day, the two of them were walking side by side along a path that ran amid bare cliffs when all of a sudden the lion stopped. He gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw with such force that a hole formed there. Then he began to back away very quietly. "What is it, master? Is anything wrong?" asked the dog, surprised. "I smell a man coming this way," the lion said. "We'd better run for it or we'll be in trouble." "Oh, well, then I'll say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth." Cliff. It means a steep or a high rock, often at the edge of the sea. Bear. It means unclothed. Sometime later, when the two of them were strolling together amidst high steep rocks, the lion stopped instantly. He roared aloud and struck the ground with his paws so intensely that a hole was formed there. After that, he was on back foot. Surprisingly, the dog asked his master if anything was wrong. The lion told him that a man was coming their way and that they must run away to save themselves. Hearing this, the dog bid him goodbye because he wanted the strongest being on the earth as his master. And off the dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. This happened long, long ago, but to this day the dog is man's most loyal servant and knows no other master. Loyal. It means faithful. Now the dog went to be with the man. He stayed with him and became his tried and true friend. This incident took place way back, but till date, the dog is man's most faithful servant. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Till next time, take care, stay blessed.